Before starting our next lecture, I just want to show you, just for understanding. If you don't get the logic, no worries. We will cover it in the next lectures. Functions are an integral part of your ABAP programming. You will have to make quite a lot of functions. Now, over here, if we see, we are looking at a function builder. What is a function module? You are introducing a new function in a transaction code. All right. So the function is the bank account is to be made. How? Account is the variable which will be like AB, IB, BKK. I double click to see what this is. So this is a structure, not a table. And structure has components like bank key, account, IBAN, account type. And the account types are different: character, currency key, and of course the sizes are given over here. So the structures are also customized, and these components become a reference point like bank entry key, bank number, because I want to open a bank account. Structure for account list. Okay, see it in that view. So I'm trying to make an account which will have all these components, or say fields. So account country, where is it coming from? It's coming from here, country. Bank number, bank key, account. Okay. Account country
Yes.
is coming from I underscore country, bank key from bank key, IBAN from IBAN, and so on. Then we have a function. Function is not made because this is an incomplete function. And the destination is RFC. RFC is over here defined as constant, where it is type C, size 10, value GEVA. I double click this. It's not actually defined. Okay. Now GEVA, bank account, it will export account, e-account into account, e-return into e-return. For the exceptions, the system might actually give you failure due to reason 2 or reason 3, because it is RFC. If system, this is a syntax of the system subroutine. SY means system is not equal to 0, e-return is equal to system subroutine. If condition. But then again, this is an advanced topic. You don't have to actually really worry about. Thing is, in SAP standard to customization ratio, because this is customized code, you will be writing this code. Okay. So let me open up. So standard to customization ratio is 70 to 30 in SAP. Okay. Next is SAP namespace. Any program or function you create in SAP will start with Z. Okay. Now, Z is also a test program which you will deploy on development server. QA server. But when you have to deploy on a production server, you will use Y as the name, starting name. For example, what I'll just show you. Production server. Y underscore bank account new with CNIC. For example, this is just one name. This is with Y. Anyone looking at the code will understand this is a production program, yani, which means it is in live server already made by ABAP consultant. But if it's Z bank account new whatever, it means it is in development or testing or QA server still under development. Okay, this is one thing you should actually know. So there are various types of development that an ABAP consultant does, like enhancement. For example, what is enhancement? It's adding code to the original code. Okay. Custom development is making a different set of processes of a transaction code. And modularization, complete module building. Okay. Now, SAP repository. Any changes to SAP objects like programs, table definitions are called modifications. Okay. Now, speaking of enhancement, enhancement is also adding of custom specific objects to the repo. Repo is repository. Okay. And in coding structure, there are specific places, specific areas or places or specific areas of logic where you enter the code, and that is called customer exit or user exit. This is asked in an interview, what is a customer exit? So you will answer that these are custom made objects which are supplemented in SAP standard system. Okay. And modern methods in SAP are called baddies. These are again user exits. Okay.
Okay.
So custom development, what is this? This is basically you create your own repo objects. Okay. And these can be tables, programs, transactions. Okay. You will be creating all these, and these are created with Y or Z. I told you earlier Y and Z are made for different servers. Okay.
Okay.
And next is applications. What are applications? Reports, what else comes in this? Interfaces, conversions, extensions, forms, and so on. Okay. And what else? Yes, one thing more. One thing more, I remember. Reports will be classical or ALV based or interactive. Okay. And there is one interfaces. Interfaces can be inbound interface where data comes from legacy, where SAP extracts the program into a file, and that is interpreted by ABAP and loaded by ABAP, and then it is loaded into SAP DB. Okay. Outbound interface is residing in SAP, goes through ABAP extract program, ABAP interpretation happens on that, and it is loaded to external DB. Okay, that is one thing. So inbound example is it is happening only once where legacy to ABAP to SAP DB happens only once, where legacy data is flown, is transferred, right? Like balances, like material balances, like inventory records, production order records. These are transferred through inbound interfacing, right? So this was the applications that you'll make. Now comes extensions. Now, what are extensions? Not difficult. These are um, user exits or customer exits. SAP supports user exits because these are delivered by ABAP and these are executed by ABAP code. Okay, these are user exits, and new development is also supported by ABAP. It's built on ABAP framework in S4 HANA. So extensions are basically also add-ons, a facility to make adds-on, which actually bolt on to existing programs, and usually it integrates with third-party applications. Okay. Then there is another type called modifications. Okay. Now, modifications are not supported by SAP. Okay. Acha. Next is forms. Forms are created in the ecosystem of SAP script, which are based on layouts, and layouts are based on principles of Windows or Linux, whatever, and which has content like reports or input fields or input data like name, last name, CNIC number, bank account number, these like this. These are forms which take input, customer name, vendor name, balances, and so on. So it has content. Okay. Okay. Let me just show you SC38. SC38. Now this is the program that we will see does not exist. It's a standard program, it's not existing. Okay, no worries. SC11 database table NAST display. Now transparent table, which has many fields. If you remember, we in the last session, not last, this previous, in this just a while back, we saw it was a structure and it had components. So component has structures and tables has fields. Okay. Now this table is for message status. Okay. KSCHL is the message type. Okay. Okay. Um, okay. Table object key object. SVN table NAST. Okay. SVN object key. Object key. Okay. Character 30 object key. Object key. Indexes. No. Object key. Object key. I want to actually extract the data. Key field. Initialize. Okay, one thing. If you see fields, you have attributes. Key field initialized. Okay. What does key field mean? This is the key field like primary key we used to access, we used to have in Microsoft Access, which makes any field a primary key to integrate and connect a table. Initialized means that this field has to have a value. It cannot be zero. Okay. Not null. Force, not null means it will forcefully say that it cannot be zero. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to VF. No. VF11 document 908. Enter. Okay. Billing document. Object. Billing document. Header detail. I want to show you the object key. Object key. Header text. No, I don't have it right now. Anyways, I just want to show you. Okay, let me F1. Technical details. Okay, program, copy. Nine SE38. Change, continue. Okay, we have a program which is standard program. We have extracted from billing invoice, which is VF11. Okay. Now, in this program, we have modules. These are different modules which have been pulled from various areas. I'll double click this. And we have modules within modules. And this module is instructing to perform another module. I double click this and we have a separate form with this name, and this is how a form is made. Data is text, string length type n, value 1, field symbols. Data, this is vbelen is table name, length type n, which is numerical. So thing is, this is how SAP programs and tables are integrated. I just wanted to show you that. Since this is an initial discussion, so you don't have to be nervous that if you're not actually getting the understanding of it. It's totally all right. Okay. Thing is, if I come back to our discussion, it's this, that SAP, as you have seen, it's integrated from table to table, module to module. Okay. Module to module with tables and structures. Okay. So, if you look at the history and past of SAP, it was called R3. Why? Because R means real time. 3 is the 3-tier structure. Okay. So, why 3-tier? Because one DB server was used, it had a single DB. Second tier was presentation server, and the third tier is application server. This is where ABAP repo and programs are residing. Okay. So programs are executed at client server or at DB level, right? So databases are assigned to testing, development, and production servers. All right. One database is assigned to that. For example, if I take up SE11 Mara. Now, what is a Mara? This is a table, database table. And it is a material data table where client, material number, data division are the fields included in this. Okay. Or let's say I say MAKT change. These are the fields that we will see in material descriptions, where 3 fields have to have some data in it, like client, material number, and language will have data in that. So thing is, the end user actually sees the presentation layer, which is maintained by database systems, or say application layer, which is controlling the database. Okay. So speaking of presentation layer, the presentation layer is called SAP GUI.exe, which we have installed, right? And it displays data, and also it accepts input, which is sent to the application layer. Okay. So if I say, if I go to VF11, F1, technical information, or let's say if I take up SC93 MM01, change over here. If you see, GUI is supported for this transaction code for HTML, Java, and Windows, which means that you can actually run this T code on HTML as well. इम्तियाज साहब ये मैं आपको I'll tell you that. For now, we will